WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
Health officials are putting a call out to Michiganders today, urging them to take action with 9 confirmed measles cases now in our state. It's our top story at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer.
And I'm Sherry Jones. Michigan is in the middle of its first measles outbreak since 2019. Health officials consider it an outbreak when there are 3 or more new cases from one incident, which is exactly what happened in Montcalm County.
And just yesterday, Ingham County confirmed its 2nd case. Our Karina Prieto is here for you now with what the experts say about the spread.
We're really here to sound the alarm because we are seeing some real consequences from declining childhood vaccination rates.
As confirmed measles cases continue to increase in West Texas, New Mexico, and here in Michigan, experts are seeing a decrease in vaccinations.
Vaccine preventable diseases are a threat. Make no mistake about that.
As of March, Michigan health officials say only 79% of children ages 19 to 35 months had gotten the MMR vaccine that protects against measles. That's down from 85% in March of 2020.
In order to protect communities from outbreaks of measles, you need to have vaccine coverage of about 95%.
Ingham County's MMR vaccine rate is only about 83% as of the last quarterly report. Jackson County sits around the same, and Eaton County reports only 80%.
Often when I'm talking about measles, I talk about it as being the most transmissible disease that we deal with in modern medicine.
If you visited the Lansing Urgent Care Frandor location for any reason on the evening of April 15th, you're going to want to keep an eye out for some measles symptoms. Officials initially had the exposure window from 4:30 to 7 p.m., but that has now been corrected to 6:30 to 9 p.m. Other potential exposure sites include Aldi and Okemos, the Okemos Farmers Market, and the MSU Community Music School. In Lansing, officials are monitoring Tractor Supply on Grand River, Toscana Restaurant, and the U of M Health Sparrow Emergency Department as well.
Measles can remain airborne in very, very fine particles that can remain airborne for up to 2 hours.
If a case of measles is exposed to a group of folks that are completely unvaccinated, on average, that one case will lead to about 12 to 18 additional cases. And with flu, that number is about 1.5 to 2 additional cases.
In Lansing, Karina Prieto, 6 News.
Thank you, Karina. Michigan State University has changed its hiring policies to reflect orders from the federal government.
Back on his first full day in office, President Donald Trump rescinded a 60-year-old federal order requiring affirmative action in government hiring.
And that means universities like MSU were required to take affirmative steps to make sure all applicants were considered for hiring and employment changes, regardless of their race, sex, ethnicity, or national origin. Those efforts are now prohibited. MSU's Human Resources Department says the university is still committed to non-discrimination and equal opportunity.
The Livingston County Sheriff's Office arrested 2 Hispanic men and turned them over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
And this comes after a group of bikers accused the men of targeting children on the internet.
Now, it happened yesterday, not far from the intersection of Latson Road and Grand River in Genoa Township. Deputies were called out for a suspicious person complaint and met with members of the group Bikers Against Predators. Those bikers claimed 2 Hispanic men had reached out to a decoy online who claimed to be 13 years old and went to that location for sex. The men were arrested and translators were provided to take their statements. Sheriff Mike Murphy says his office believed the men were in the country illegally, so they were turned over to ICE.
Separately, a group of Republican lawmakers introduced a bill today that would force social media companies with at least 5 million users to require age verification with a valid ID card for all existing accounts and to create new accounts. If the user is under the age of 18, they would need consent from a parent or guardian, and their access would be blocked from 10:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. every night. Parents would be allowed to get rid of that restriction or impose a limit on how much time the child can use social media each day. And speaking of legislation, 2 lawmakers who represent Hillsdale County want to make it easier for people there to get rid of the so-called blue law.
And that is the local ordinance banning the sale of liquor at bars on Sunday.
Those laws used to be much more common, but today Hillsdale is the last county in Michigan that bans liquor sales on Sunday. State Representative Jennifer Wart says the law is outdated and local bars lose business to other counties and even nearby Indiana as a result. She and State Senator Joe Bellino have introduced bills that would make it faster and easier for Hillsdale County voters to repeal the law directly at the ballot box.
In recent months, there have been several incidents of people coming to Livingston County to demonstrate while waving Nazi flags.
Tonight, the Michigan Department of Civil Rights is holding a meeting called My Response to Hate for the community to discuss racial discrimination.
It's at the Howell Opera House, and Rachel Ramsey is there right now. Rachel, tell us what's happening.
Sherry, Siobhan, the meeting actually just got started a few minutes ago. There are a couple dozen people here ready to hear what the department has to say and ready to share their thoughts. There is expert speakers along with video presentations giving information about racial discrimination. Back in November, Howell had a group promoting white supremacy, protesting outside of a Diary of Anne Frank play. Then a few months later, this happened again during the screening of an anti-racism documentary. So the Department of Civil Rights wanted to come to Howell to make sure people know how it's enforcing civil rights law.
There's no single test that determines, yes, this is, or no, this isn't. There's no single test, and that's why we are here also to say, you know what, if you think you are, if you think you've been discriminated against in any form, then contact us. Let us be that resource. Let us do an investigation. Let us be that resource for you to make that determination.
Now, this is the first in-person meeting for 2025. They have had these in past years, though. The department says there are plans for more as well. Here for you in Howell, Rachel Ramsey, 6 News.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we've had a string of some very nice days in the forecast. However, at the beginning of the week, we had those isolated showers, and some of those showers produced some halos around the sun. And this is one taken from Karen in Eaton Rapids. That just means that there's some moisture up in the air or some ice particles up in the air that haven't fully made its way down to the ground, and the sun is refracting that. So again, that is just what we're seeing over the past couple of days. So if you'd like to see your picture, send in, or on our news every night, send in your picture at WLNS.com/share. Your picture could be featured in their evening news. Skyview Network showing an absolutely beautiful scene right now. We're seeing green grass, blue skies, and just some fair weather clouds in the forecast. And that's what we're going to continue to see across mid-Michigan. 81 degrees right now, and we're feeling like 81 degrees down in Grand Ledge. Beautiful blue skies here in the capital. We're looking at 80 degrees for our temperature, a high of 80 degrees and a low of about 47 degrees. Satellite, and we're also looking at temperatures back in Grand Ledge, 81 degrees, high of 83 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. Now down into Jackson, we're seeing our temperatures into the 80s as well, 82 degrees right now, feeling like, or the low this morning, 46 degrees and an 18 mile per hour wind. Now final stop in our Hillsdale Kim, we're still seeing those clear skies, just a few fair weather clouds, temperatures into the 80s after a high of 83 degrees. We're also going to continue to see fair weather clouds on our satellite radar. Nothing too big to be concerned about, just a few clouds here or there. And our clouds are going to continue to increase ahead of our next weather system that's going to bring in the chance for some rain showers late tomorrow night. Again, as we continue into the day tomorrow, we do have a slight chance, or the 0 out of 5 risk for some thunderstorms, just a generic thunderstorm here or there into the day tomorrow. Let's track this out for you. Heading into the rest of this evening, we'll continue to see those clouds increase, and as we head into the day tomorrow, maybe a few peaks of sunshine. And then as we head into the afternoon and evening, a cold front moves through, and we do have those rain showers moving in right around 3 to 4 o'clock. Some of these could have some thunderstorms embedded in them as well. Clouds continue into the day on Saturday, and we'll continue to see the clouds early Saturday morning, but then once we head into the daytime, we'll continue to see the clear skies for our day on Saturday, or on Sunday. For tonight, we'll see temperatures dropping back down into the 50s with those increasing clouds, and as we head into our Friday, we'll continue to see our temperatures mild into the 60s with scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in as we head into the afternoon and evening. But as we head into the upcoming weekend, we'll stay a little bit chilly for Saturday, but we'll still warm things up right in time for the EZO 5K. So again, we're going to continue to see temperatures into the 70s as we head into the upcoming work week.
Great day on Sunday for that race. Looking forward to it.
I know. Yeah. Thousands of people showing up, so it's nice when the weather delivers too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, the price of groceries, especially eggs, has been a hot political topic now for months. We're going to check in on those numbers after the break.
Thanks for watching 6 News at 6.